In step 1, we are going to begin by preparing the master debt list. Do you know how many individual debts you have? Do you know exactly how much you owe on each debt? Do you know how much debt you have in total? Most people don't. It's important to know all of these things. I want you to get a handle on them right from the start. At first, it may seem difficult, even stressful, to put it all on paper, but I'll help you through the process. The Focus for Payoff system has been specifically designed to require very little physical work on your part, but there are some things I will ask you to do. Preparing the master debt list is critically important to your success. I'll help you through it. The master debt list is a complete list of every one of your debts. Every one. Please refer to the sample master debt list form. Chances are that you are not even currently aware of the total amount of your debts. This is not uncommon. You're in good company. Most people have no idea how much they actually owe in total. Your debts have been building for some time now, and the very thought of the total can be stressful. I understand exactly how you're feeling. I've been there myself. You may have feelings of guilt about your debts. I understand that too. There's no need to blame yourself any longer. We were not taught in school how to deal with this. We were not taught how to prevent it either. Most of our parents and grandparents grew up without credit cards and without school loans. This plague of debt that affects virtually everyone is a relatively new phenomenon. Now, for some couples, this first step can come as a challenge. You may not be in the habit of advertising your credit card balances to one another. Sometimes debt can remain a secret for years. Put aside any embarrassment or feelings of guilt. Sharing your debts with your partner will be a huge part of your success. Throughout this process, you'll be helping each other with new concepts and new principles that you never knew before. Focus for Payoff is designed to work so quickly because partners participate together. I need for you to gather all of your current credit card statements and other statements that show the total balance due on each of your debts. Also, let's be clear on what constitutes a debt. Your debts include your mortgage, home equity loan, auto loans or leases, student loans, personal or consolidation loans, loans from family or friends, and of course, credit card balances. You may have other debts also. You may owe income taxes from a prior year or back rent to a landlord. Any bill that you are behind in paying on is a debt until you are current with your payments. The master debt list has been created to help you include all of your debts without leaving any out. A debt is any financial obligation that you can pay off in full and you will never receive another bill or owe on it again. Make sure not to include living expenses on your master debt list. Living expenses include things like utilities, phone, or insurance bills. Living expenses are recurring bills that will keep coming even after your debts are gone. The only time that a living expense can be considered a debt is when you are behind in your payments. If you owe back taxes or if you are months behind on your gas and electric bill, then the part that is overdue is a debt. Once you are current with all of your payments on your living expenses, then they are not considered debts. Locate the blank master debt list form. For each debt that you have, write in the name of the creditor, the total balance remaining on that debt, and the monthly minimum payment. An important point here, be sure to write in the required monthly minimum payment for each debt. Chances are you have been sending in extra money on each debt from time to time, but the master debt list should include only the required minimum payments on each debt. Preparing the master debt list affects each participant differently, but it is so important to complete this step. This is where you are going to come face to face with your total debt, probably for the first time. For some, this is easy to do. For others, it can start emotions that become overwhelming. That's okay because the overwhelming emotions will soon pass. It took years for your debt to get to this level, and now we have to face it before we can make it go away. Please be understanding and compassionate with your partner. This process can be difficult to deal with for some people, but together you have taken the first step to eliminating your debt forever. Please make sure that the information on your master debt list is as accurate as possible. Shoot for the nearest whole dollar amount. If you have to make some phone calls to verify current balances, then please do so. Remember, estimates don't count. If you use round numbers instead of actual balances, then you will only be fooling yourself. If your estimates are too high, then you might try to convince yourself that you really don't owe the amount you see on paper and everything is okay. If your estimates are too low, then you won't be facing the total amount of your debt. It is so important to get this information out on the table and as accurate as possible. Trust me on this. Taking shortcuts right from the beginning is no way to ensure a clean victory. Stop this recording now and take the time to prepare the master debt list. Okay, let's see if you did it right. Do you have all your debts on the master debt list? Did you forget any smaller ones? Remember, even if you only owe a small amount of money on a department store credit card or to a friend, that debt needs to be included on your master debt list. If necessary, write them in now. Don't forget that preparing the master debt list is a critical step and it's essential for your success in becoming debt-free as rapidly as possible. Don't rob yourself of this opportunity by skipping this important step. This step applies to you. If you had no problems getting accurate information together for the master debt list, then congratulations. You have a job well done. On the other hand, if you feel overwhelmed by the prospect of seeing every one of your debts on paper and just cannot bring yourself to do it, then I have to remind you that the rest of this program absolutely depends on you getting a handle on it. Believe me, I know how difficult this is, but I wouldn't ask you to do it if it weren't absolutely necessary. You will begin to feel relief almost immediately after you complete the master debt list. You will certainly feel relief as you proceed through the Focus for Payoff program and begin to learn the skills and tools that will deliver you from those debts that have been building and building for years. Next is the debt priority list. You'll love this. You've already done most of the work. The debt priority list contains the same information as your master debt list, just organized in a different way. The master debt list was organized to ensure that you included every one of your debts on the list. The debt priority list is organized differently because it is the main tool we will use later in Step 5 when we discuss exactly how to pay your bills. Locate the blank Debt Priority List form. Now find the largest debt on your master debt list. That's the one with the largest balance remaining. For most, that will usually be the mortgage on your home. Whichever one is the largest, even if it's not your mortgage, make that the first debt on your debt priority list. Now locate the second largest debt on your master debt list. Make that the second debt on your debt priority list. Your debt priority list is a complete list of all your debts, organized from the highest balance remaining at the top to the lowest balance remaining at the bottom. Go ahead and fill in the entire debt priority list using each of the debts on the master debt list. Make sure the total of both lists is the same so no debts are left out. Locate the sample debt priority list to use as a guide. The debt priority list is so important because it outlines our plan of attack. In Step 5, you will learn how to eliminate your bill pile, and your debt priority list is the starting point for that lesson. Stop this recording now and take the time to prepare the debt priority list. After completing your master debt list and debt priority list, you may think that some information is missing. Take a look at your lists now. Is there some information about your debts that I did not ask for? Do you know what it is? There is some information about your debts that you have always thought is important, but it doesn't even show up on your lists. It's the interest rates. The interest rates for your debts do not show up on your master debt list or your debt priority list. There's a very good reason for this. The Focus for Payoff system is designed to work just as quickly as possible. The very fastest way to pay off all your debts has nothing to do with the interest rates. I know that may sound strange, but debt elimination is as much an emotional and psychological process as it is a financial or mathematical one. Many financial professionals address only the mathematics of debt and not the emotional or psychological parts. Let's face it, we're only human, and our behavior is central to not only the cause of the problem, but the solution too. If you try to pay off the highest interest rate debt first, sooner or later you will be putting yourself in a situation where you have to pay off a very large debt while smaller ones continue sending bills requiring a monthly minimum payment. What a nightmare. The Focus for Payoff system is the fastest way to eliminate all of your debt and will result in your paying the smallest amount of interest by the end. I know you can do it. I want you to be successful. If you haven't completed the master debt list and the debt priority list and are thinking, maybe I can just skip to another lesson and that will be all right. Wrong. This is often the most difficult step, but an absolutely necessary one. Talk with your partner if you have one, and agree that you will complete this program and take this valuable opportunity to learn the new habits that will eliminate your debt forever. If you work together and become of one mind, you can help each other eliminate your debt. On the other hand, keeping your debt a secret is an old habit that just causes more stress.